Alright, 7th graders, lesson 58 here, Symmetry and Functions, part 1. Symmetry should be a review if we have some different shapes. For instance, we can take a star here, and its line of symmetry, one of them is right down the middle there. This half is identical to this half. We could fold it over top of it and they would match each other perfectly. There wouldn't be anything left over there uncovered. And this star also has a few lines of symmetry. We see one here and another one over there. So this star has a total of 5 different lines of symmetry. Different objects will have different amounts. If we go on and we take a equilateral triangle, it's going to have, again, 3 lines of symmetry. I can divide it right down the middle. I could fold this half over onto this half and it would cover it up completely. Do another line of symmetry right here, and one more line of symmetry right here. So this triangle has 3 lines of symmetry. If we were to take a square, oops, that's more of a rectangle. Let's see if we can try that again. There we go, that's better. It's going to have multiple lines of symmetry. Fold it in half that way, so this half will match this half. Cut it in half that way, so the top half will match the bottom half. You can cut it diagonally. That's kind of a bad. Oops, I lost the wrong. I want to lose the black line there. Alright, let's take a square here. That looks good. Develop its line of symmetry. We've got one right here, so that this half will be folded over onto this half. Another line of symmetry, so the top will fold over and cover the bottom. You can fold it diagonally, so this half will lay on top of that half there. And one more line of symmetry, so that this half will cover up this half. So we have a total of, you can see, 4 different colored lines. You can't count the number of lines coming out like this. That's not telling you how many lines of symmetry there are out here. But as you can see by the different colors, there's a total of 4 different lines of symmetry. For something to be symmetrical, you got to be able to fold one half over onto the other half, onto the other side. So that's what we're looking for. Your book shows you for an activity. Go ahead, take a piece of paper and fold it over a few different ways, and you're looking at different lines of symmetry. Alright, on page 390, your book shows you an example like this, and in this type of object we would say that we only see one line of symmetry, and that would be going right down the middle here. This half could be folded over onto this half, but that's it. We couldn't fold it up or down, top to bottom, or diagonally at all. That would not be sufficient. It would not work. So Again, different objects have different things. We know that they're going to ask us in the future about, if we draw over here a letter like the letter T, we can see in there one line of symmetry right down the middle, but that's it. I could not draw a line of symmetry right here. That would not work because I couldn't fold the top over the bottom there. Alright, let's go on to functions here. And functions, we see we're putting into this function box here, putting some numbers in. So the first one here, we get in a 3, out comes a 9, put in a 5, out comes a 15, and we put in a 7, and they want to know what would come out. Based on what we see in the first ones, well, we are maybe, well, if you look at the first, this 9 over here, you can say I added 6 or I multiplied by 3. Well, let's look down here. Can I add 6 here? No, 5 plus 6 is 11. So it's not adding 6, it must be the multiplying 3. So 7 times 3 will equal 21. So that's going to be the output there on that function box on example 1 there, or example 2. So the function boxes, you just basically have to figure out, on the first one you're gonna see a couple of options, and hopefully as you go down the line you start to narrow those options until you're left finally with one, so that you can determine what function the box is. And in this case the function of the box is multiplying by 3. So whatever number you put in, you would multiply by 3, and that would determine the number that would come out. That's function boxes. You can get started for today.